Hello, friends. Closing the deal is always a big problem, right? Because you will have a lot of prospects you have met thousands of times, but when it comes to conversion of prospects into customers, that is always a big deal. So, how to close the sales quickly? Yes, how to close a deal quickly is the point that I'm going to discuss today, and it's very simple things. Actually. These are very simple things that we need to follow to ensure that the deal is getting closed immediately. And the most important one is identify who is the decision maker in that company. Most of us, what we do is we spend a lot of time talking to the purchase executive or purchase manager, and the company would not have even given the right for decision making. They would not have been eligible to take decisions. But we keep on, because of their ego, they will not even tell you that they can't take decision. So what happens is, keep on discussing. No, our people goes there, talk to the purchase executive or purchase manager, and then it goes on sourcing manager. It goes on forever. Okay, so instead of that, it is always better to identify the decision maker. Most probably it may be general manager if it is a big company, or if it is a medium or small company, it may be the CEO or CMD or whoever it is, and identify the decision maker. And with the support of this purchase executive or sourcing manager, take an appointment and meet the decision maker. So that is where the skill of a sales person is. That is, even without this purchase team knowing that you are going to the decision maker, going a level above them, without even touching their ego, you need to get appointment of the decision maker. And how is it possible? Yes, it is possible if you tell the sourcing manager that okay, sir, I mean, so we have discussed all those things, we have told everything. So it'd be really great if you could just fix up an appointment with the CEO so that no, we can close the deal together. Okay, so we can also get some good bargains in front of him. So that will be a value addition for all of us. Okay, so can you please help us to find out? So that is one way of doing it. Okay. The other way of doing it is try to get a decision maker's email ID and ask to a CEO or whoever it is, or if you are the CEO, okay, keep sending some messages, keep sending some emails which is related to their products, a detailed write-up, or if you have written a blog, a copy of the blog, link to the blog. So that way they will get familiarized to you, and it will be easy for you to get appointment with the decision maker. So finding the decision maker is very important. And the second one is try to be as real as possible. Don't create any kind of hypes. A kind of hype that is as if you are something superheroes or your products are something extraordinary products. Okay, you have to tell what does this product offer and what is the quality of your product, and tell them very clearly these are all possible and these are all not possible. And in these circumstances, what will happen is they will talk about some of your competitors. Naturally, they will talk about some of your competitors. So most of us, the mistake that we do is that when they talk about competitor, immediately we say, oh no sir, that competitor, sir, that company is not good, sir. I mean, they are having some problem. I mean, but recently when I visited one of the customers, they were telling that we placed order with them and they did not deliver properly. So the more you are complaining, more you are talking about the competitor, the more you are devaluing yourself. Your respect is coming down, your brand value is coming down. Instead of that, a good salesperson, what he will do is, or she will do is, she will say, yes sir, that's a very good company, sir. That's a very good company. They have some extraordinary products. Yes, I have seen many companies using it. Then you will say some of the good things that you are having. That is some of the things that they are not having, okay, which you are very, very, very thorough and which is your USPs. That is the way that it should be dealt with. So be real and never ever put any kind of blame on your competitors. It will not do any good for you. Next is, if you are there and if you are not able to finalize that moment, that day, that meeting, please be aware that that deal is never going to happen. Now, there is 98% of the chance of that deal never getting materialized if it is delayed. Delaying a deal is like denying a deal. Yes, delaying a deal is like denying a deal. If the customer says, no sir, please give us some time, maybe next week we will finalize. No, that's all. It's the end of it. Next week there won't be any finalization. So create a kind of emergency and create a kind of urgency in the mind of the customer by saying, sir, if this is our price, this is our price, and if you can finalize it today, if you can give a check for an advance check today, or if you can release the purchase order today itself, okay, now itself, okay, I will give this much of discount, or I will give you this offer extra, this services extra, some value additions, extra value additions, but only if you finalize it today. But now, if you are not able to do that, if you are not able to create that urgency, I promise you, you will not be in a position to close even one deal, even if you see 100 prospects. So creating the urgency is the most important thing for a salesperson. Next is, be aware of their pain points. Yes, before going, try to study about the customer, try to study about the prospect. Most of us, what we do, most of the sales people, what we do is just to complete the number, that is just to count the finish of the number. What we do is we meet 5 or 6 or 10 prospects in a day. And is it worth? No, it is not. It is not, because you are meeting 5 or 6 or 10 customers, 10 prospects, even without studying them. Just you are closing the numbers of meetings, but you are not closing the deal. So what you have to do, you have to study completely, you have to do a detailed study even before meeting them and take notes. And also, if they are having any objection, it is your responsibility to overcome that objection then and there. When you say that I will check and tell, again you are delaying. So, okay, there are some instances where you have to, okay, you have to check and tell, but if it is not major, it can be brushed off. Okay, so try to overcome objections, and if you want to overcome these kind of objections, what you will do is you will do a thorough study of your competitors' requirements, their pain points, and what is that wow factor that your product will give and solve their problems. The next is, you need to be very clear on the competition. You need to know the competition. That is, who are all your competitors? If you don't know who is your competitor, if you don't know what is the price range of the competitor, and if you don't know what are the services these competitors are providing, do you think you will be in a position to close the deal? Because you have no idea. You are just beating around the bush. So once you know the competition, once you know the products and services of the competitor, you will be in a position to pitch your product in such a way that is, that creating the first impression itself will be an awesome one. So instead of knowing the competition, if you just talk only about the advantages of your product, our product is this, our product is that, this is blah 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 blah. Customer is not interested in your product, and customer is really looking at you, because you are selling yourself and you are not selling the product, your product. Yes, I repeat, you are selling yourself and not the product. As long as you try to sell the product, that will never happen. You have to sell yourself. And if you have to sell yourself, you need to create a kind of trust among the customers. So you have to know the competition, you have to know what are the features and all those things, and you should be in a position to pitch your product and services in such a way that this is definitely a better proposition for the customer. So these are the things that you need to take care of. These are very, very, very simple things that you need to take care of. And once you do that, definitely your sales closing percentage will go up. So thank you so much for watching, and please write back to me if you have any doubts, if you have any suggestions, or if you want to discuss anything. This is my WhatsApp number. You can just send a voice message to me, and I will definitely reply back to you. I look at WhatsApp once in 2 hours. I'll definitely, you will definitely get a feedback. Thank you so much.